What's good, y'all? It's Ali back at it again with another YouTube video in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you are after. So let's get right into it. So today we're talking about the big fat ass ego, because I want you guys to develop an ego that forces you to be a winner. And normally when you think about ego, you just think about your sense of self or your pride or your self-belief or whatever. That's usually how you think about it. But today we're going to construct it in a way where you can understand it in a way that just forces you to be a winner no matter what, right? That's how you want to have your ego. You want to have this ego that no matter what happens, you stay a winner. And that already alludes to the definition I'm going to give you guys here. So what ego means in the context of you achieving your goals, it means only viewing yourself as a winner. This is the type of ego you have to have. This is not a choice. This is not a debate. You're not convincing yourself of this like, oh, maybe I see myself as a winner, sometimes as a loser. No, you stupid nigga. You have to see yourself as a winner at all times. And I'm going to use an example here so you guys can understand this very clearly. You've heard that the lion is the king of the jungle. And you probably already accept that. You're like, you don't know why you accept it, but you're just like, oh, yeah, I get it. You know, the lion pretty cool. You know, Lion King and shit. Like, you Mufasa and all that. You know, lion looking like the king to me, right? You just accept that. But let's stop for a second. Let's think about this logically. How is the lion the king of the jungle? The lion is not the strongest in the jungle. The elephant would fuck up a lion. The elephant just stomp on a lion. It's over with. The lion isn't the fastest. Cheetah going zoom, zoom, zoom. Cheetah way faster. Cheetah can go 60 miles per hour, right? So not the fastest, not the strongest, not the tallest. Giraffe got that. Giraffe the tallest, right? And even crazier, a lion doesn't even live in the jungle. So the lion is the king of an area that it doesn't even live in. It lives on the savannah in the plains with the impalas and buffalo. So how is the lion the king of the jungle? Why did we just accept that? Because the lion is the king of the jungle because of this. Its mentality, its ego. It can only see itself as a winner. It can only see itself as a king. And for that reason, it is a king. And for that reason, it is a winner. So if you want to be a winner too, it is mandatory that you only see yourself as a winner, no matter what. And if you're already familiar with my content, I'm not usually in the business of being delusional, spiritual, just believe in yourself, right? I'm not in that business. I'm very practical with what I talk about. I'm very raw, very real. You know, I'm very straight to the point. I want you guys to train abilities so you can become a winner. But in this instance, when it comes to viewing yourself and your sense of self, you have to see yourself as a winner. Why? Because if you see yourself as a king, if you see yourself as a winner, you know what ends up happening? You can't accept a reality where you lose. This is about creating pathways in your mind to success. If you can never see yourself as a loser, if you only ever see yourself as a winner, if you're a fucking loser right now, you'll get uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, if you have discomfort for your current situation because you're a loser, but you see yourself as a winner, you know what you're going to do? You're going to take action. You're going to change your current situation. And that's why this is powerful. And that's why this is so important. Having this type of ego, only viewing yourself as a winner. Because if you see yourself as a winner, you won't accept a reality where you lose. Meaning if you're currently a loser, you're going to change your behavior. You're going to change what you do to become who you actually want to become. You're going to become the king of the jungle. Because if you're not the king, you don't fuck with a reality where you're not the king. You can't stand it. You'd rather die. You'd rather just over with. Because this is not the situation that you see yourself being in ever. Because let me tell you something really wild. You can give a loser everything. You can give a loser the best kind of people. You can give a loser the best resources. You can put them in the most ideal situation to achieve massively. But if a loser sees himself as a loser, he will lose no matter what. He will fuck up his own situation. He will sabotage himself. He will sabotage himself. Because he only sees himself as a loser, meaning he only sees pathways to an L. Everything is just an L. It doesn't matter if you give him everything. They will lose, and you will even hear it in the language. And I want you guys to really pay attention to this because you'll be able to see this now. You'll be able to separate yourself and cut off the bum ass, weak ass men from your life who are bums. When you hear men say, I can't, when you hear men say, I wish, when you hear men make excuses for why they don't have the shit that they want to have, it's because they're losers. That's how losers think. Losers can see realities where they lose and accept it too. Because the difference between winning and losing is just a choice. It's just a choice of viewpoint. Who knew it was really that simple? But that's what it is. All men who have reached the pinnacle of their power, the pinnacle of their craft, the pinnacle of their abilities, they never saw a scenario where they lose. That's why they won. There's no such thing as I can't in their brain. They don't accept a reality where that exists. It's only I win no matter what. You can give a man the best situation, the best parents, the best environment, the best family, the best everything, and he can still lose if he sees himself as a loser. I could put you in the desert lands of Pakistan. All you got is one goat to your name, and you're like, I'm gonna move to the US and become a billionaire. And you'll do that shit because any reality where you don't become that is not worth it to you. You'd rather die than not be in a situation where you're not a winner. And if you die trying to be a winner, if you're not already a winner, so what? You're dead. Nothing matters anyway. So as long as you stay alive, you'll become a winner no matter what. If you view yourself as one. Understand? So in your mind, and this is the actionable step here, you have to win. And a side note here. Naturally, we have thoughts that come into our mind. But we are not our thoughts. We are the observer. We just see thoughts in our mind. You can't control thoughts that come to your mind. Thoughts just come to you, right? It's not like you're like, hey, thoughts come to my mind. Like, nigga, that shit doesn't happen. The thoughts just come. But we can choose the thoughts that we interact with. So when it comes to developing this ego that I'm talking about here, you only accept thoughts that make you a winner. You will have thoughts that will come into your head that will make you make a move in a way that a loser would make a move. That you would be like, I can't, or I don't have the right situation, or I don't have the right circumstances. You just say, fuck off to that in your mind. You're like, I don't want to interact with that thought. You watch it pass in your mind. A thought that's like, hey, you should grind harder. You're like, oh, hell yeah. Hey, you should make this move. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, you should take this risk to become a winner. Oh, hell yeah. You grab onto all the thoughts that make you a winner. And naturally, over time, you get better at it. Because everything worth having in life must be worked for. And that includes this ego. If you only want to view yourself as a winner, you have to practice it. Right? You have to practice it. You have to say, you have to win. And because you have to win, you only interact with the thoughts that turn you into a winner. This is the training here. This is the key thing here. This part of the video you really need to lock in here. This is the most important part. You have to train this. Whenever the thoughts come into your head that make you a winner, you latch onto them, you hold onto them, you act on those. Any thoughts that make you a loser, you don't fuck with them. Over time, you'll get better at it. To the point that this is your base sense of self, which is what I want here. You only see yourself as a winner. You only win ever. There is no action that you take that will make you a loser. Right? Okay. Because it's just so awesome when you put this all into practice, bro. I constantly talk about on my channel how if you want to win, you must act, right? Men act, we go, we build, we create, we make shit shake. We make shit happen. We don't sit, we don't wait, we don't say, I can't, I won't, or whatever. That's what pussy ass, bum ass niggas do. You move, you make shit shake, you make shit happen, right? And the only way you'll be forced to do that is if you have the hunger, the desire, the discomfort. And that's why viewing yourself as a winner is so powerful. Because it forces you to be hungry. It forces you to be uncomfortable. Because the primary reason why you're not moving right now is because you're too comfortable. You're okay with seeing yourself as a loser. You're okay with a reality where you lose. That's the only reason why you lose. Because if you only see a reality where you win, you'll either win or die before you win. But you're going to win. Because if you die, well, it doesn't matter. Other pathway is you win for sure. Understand? So yeah, man. So that's the vid. I want you guys to just develop this ego. This is how you should view ego. This is how you should think about ego. You should only view yourself as a winner. There's only the pathways to winning for you. Nothing else. You don't give a fuck about anything else. There is no I can't. There is no I wish. There's no I want a better circumstance. It's just I win, I go. Men who are strong, men who are winners don't think any other way. They're just like, I want this thing. What can I use to go get it? And they just boom, go, moving, fast, running, sprinting, hard as possible. And they win. They always win in the end. And I want that to be your life too. So that's the vid, man. If you fucked with this shit, if you really understand it, if you're like, bro, Ali, you just changed the game for me. You're like, damn, Ali, this is clean. You just changed the game for your boy. If you're like, nah, I'm going crazy now, then like the damn video, because more guys can get this value too and realize, wait, I'm a real ass nigga too. Hold on, I am the king of the jungle. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to develop this way of seeing myself because I want to win too. You know what I'm saying? So like the damn video, more guys can see this. And of course, subscribe too, because I'm dropping heat like this every single day. You know what I'm saying? Because I can never see a reality for myself where I lose. You can put me at the top of Mount Everest with a blunt knife, and I'll stand there and be like, damn, I'm hungry. Let me get down. I don't give a fuck about what's going on. I want something. I just move. There is no scenario where I lose. If I die trying to get down this mountain, so be it. But if I don't die, I'm getting down this damn mountain. I'll tell you that right now. I got to go make a video for the fam. You know what I'm saying? It might come late because, you know, it's a big mountain, y'all. But anyway, damn. Like and subscribe, y'all. More guys can see this. We're going to keep growing the fam. And with that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next YouTube video. Deuces.